What's going on, dudes and dudettes? Welcome to Fantasy Football Wednesdays. So, as you can see up there, I was projected 136, scored 140. And yes, of course, Cam Newton in what looked like a tough matchup, but he just made it worse with 3 interceptions. And yeah, it's one of the lowest scores I ever got with a quarterback, 3 points. And then Keenan Allen did his job even without scoring a touchdown. He still had 17 points, which is great. Juju Smith-Schuster finally woke up with 13 points. Mike Davis, who was held in check, which sucked because he was projected pretty high, but only got 6. Chris Carson as well was projected high, but he ended up having like a weird foot thing that he got taken out, and it just sucked because the rest of the game you saw him standing on the sideline, and if it was that serious, you think he would still be in the locker room or just sitting down, but I don't know. I thought they could have played them. And then my tight end, Schultz, he was like the final guy I had to add just to get any type of points. He did give me some points, but I definitely felt it could have been a lot more, especially against a Washington team, a green matchup for him. James Robinson was one of the very last ads, just because I didn't know how he's going to do against a Chargers defense that rested, and of course he did great. He was my best person at 29 points, just freaking awesome. And then Jamal Williams was actually my very last person I added Green Bay, because once I found out the starter for Green Bay, Aaron Jones, was going to be held out of that game, and in a green matchup, he was like one of the top added players. On Sunday morning, luckily I got him, and he did pretty well for me. I didn't want to trust Amari Cooper in a red matchup against Washington. He got 12 points. But compared to my other receivers, Juju and Keenan Allen, he still scored less. I did miss on Antonio Gibson with 18 points. Would have helped out a bit. But who knew that my 2 main guys for running backs would suck that much. Edelman didn't do anything. That's why he will be coming off my team. Ryan Succop, the kicker, he had about 15 points, and my defense had altogether 28 points, which was great. They could have been better as well, but yeah, I'll get to the final result right here. And yeah, this is definitely the first time where I had a weekly grade better than my opponent, and I still lost by 3 points, which sucked. They are now 6-1. I am 4-3. Pretty much was down most of the time because he had one player. Somehow Carson Wentz got like almost 40 points on that Thursday night game, which is crazy, but I got the lead for a little bit, and then we're just neck and neck the entire time. It's just crazy. But what definitely sucked was he had 3 players: Robinson, the receiver, Montgomery, the running back, and the Chicago defense, all playing Monday, and I had the Rams defense, which did great, but of course the Rams just got stuck at 24 points. If they would have kept scoring, there would have been more minus points against him, and if I had got one more sack, you just never know. But yeah, his players, Robinson, like I mentioned, and the defense as well. The late added Jamal Williams was 3rd, and Keenan Allen. Yeah, all his guys are highlighted, and like I said, Wentz, he just freaking went off. Yeah, my quarterback comparison was horrible. Running backs were greater because of Robinson. Receivers just barely under, tight end barely under, kicker under. Defense, I was over, but yeah, just freaking sucks. Somehow Cam Newton is my MVP, even though he hasn't done shizzle the past 2 weeks, which is crazy. Yeah. Let's just see what else they say. Ex-presidents have worked hard with little to show for it, making more transactions 8 than the other team this week, and still lost the matchup. It's very funny. Yeah. So we'll see how this next week goes. I should technically be better because the guy is leaving injured players on his roster, but of course he has McCaffrey, who has been one of the number 1 overall fantasy players and is finally getting healthy, so he could return this week on a short week, or I'm just hoping I get the advantage and I can play his backup Mike Davis and get those points against the crappy Atlanta Falcons. But I don't know. I just had perfect timing when it comes to fantasy football this year. But thanks for watching, people. Like and subscribe, comment down below. Let me know what y'all think, and we'll right the ship. I'm still in 4th place somehow, and that's technically making the playoffs, but I'm telling you, we will right the ship. Please.